Hello everyone, welcome back to our weekly market analysis video with me, Frankie, your market analyst at Markets4U. In today's video, we'll be looking at the key economic events and data releases from December 15th to December 19th, 2025. I've already set up my screen to display the economic calendar from the traders room at Markets4U. I've set the dates from December 15th to December 19th, covering this week's important events in GMT. Please remember to adjust to your respective time zones. Let's dive into this week's events. Monday starts with Eurozone industrial production, US New York Empire State Manufacturing Index, Canadian inflation data, and Australian PMI flash readings along with Westpac consumer confidence. Tuesday brings Japanese PMI flash data, UK employment figures, German and UK PMI readings, German ZEW economic sentiment, the crucial US non-farm payrolls report along with US retail sales data, US PMI flash figures, and Japanese trade balance data. Wednesday features UK inflation data, German IFO business climate, US retail sales figures, and New Zealand GDP data. Thursday includes two major central bank decisions, the Bank of England interest rate decision with an expected cut to 3.75% from 4%, and the ECB interest rate decision, followed by the ECB press conference. We'll also see US inflation data and Japanese inflation figures. Friday concludes with the Bank of Japan interest rate decision where rates are expected to be raised to 0.75% from 0.5%, UK retail sales, German PPI and consumer confidence data, Canadian retail sales, and US existing home sales. This week's key market-moving events will be the US non-farm payrolls on Tuesday, the Bank of England and ECB decisions on Thursday, and the Bank of Japan decision on Friday. Additionally, US inflation data on Thursday will be crucial for dollar pairs. Now, let's go to the technical analysis. This week, we'll focus on the British pound against the US dollar and the US dollar against the Japanese yen, as both instruments face significant central bank decisions this week. Let's start with the British pound against the US dollar. Looking at the daily chart, the pound-dollar pair is currently trading around 1.3368, showing bullish momentum after a successful breakout. The price is moving higher above the 20-day moving average from below, which is a positive technical development. The stochastic oscillator is moving flat near the overbought area, suggesting strong buying pressure but also indicating the pair may consolidate before the next move. Looking at important levels, the British pound against the US dollar has support at 1.3161 and 1.3003, while resistance can be found at 1.3559 and 1.3716. Thursday's Bank of England interest rate decision will be the most crucial event for this pair. The BO is expected to cut rates by 25 basis points to 3.75%. Wednesday's UK inflation data will also be closely watched ahead of the BO decision. The inflation figures are expected to show a year-over-year rate of 3.4%, down from 3.6%. If inflation comes in lower than expected and the BO delivers a dovish rate cut, it could pressure the pound. However, the current bullish technical setup suggests the pair has momentum to test the 1.3559 resistance level, especially if the BO maintains a hawkish tone despite the rate cut. Now, let's turn to the US dollar against the Japanese yen. On the daily chart, the dollar-yen pair is currently trading around 155.82, showing signs of potential weakness. The price is moving near the 20-day moving average from above and is trying to break below this key technical level. The stochastic oscillator is moving lower from the overbought area, suggesting the bullish momentum is fading and bears are gaining control. Looking at key levels, the US dollar against the Japanese yen has support at 154.66 and 153.62, while resistance stands at 156.84 and 157.89. Friday's Bank of Japan interest rate decision will be the most significant event for this pair. The BOJ is expected to raise rates by 25 basis points to 0.75%, which would be a hawkish move supporting the yen. Thursday's Japanese inflation data will provide important context ahead of the BOJ decision. The current technical setup with price testing the 20-day moving average and the stochastic moving lower suggests the pair could see further downside. A confirmed break below the 20-day moving average could open the path toward the 154.66 support level, especially if the BOJ delivers the expected rate hike on Friday. Both instruments could see considerable volatility this week. Traders should be particularly cautious during Tuesday's U.S. non-farm payrolls, Thursday's central bank decisions, and Friday's BOJ decision, as these events can cause sudden spikes in volatility and potential gap risks. Remember, always manage your risk carefully and never invest more than you can afford to lose. That's it for this week's analysis. See you in the next video.